Alright, we got promotions, chat. We got promotions. So, Erst is up first. Got himself a promotion. Rank of Sergeant. So let's see what abilities you got. We got Untouchable. If you score a kill during your turn, the first attack against you during the enemy turn will miss. Alright. Then we got Revival Protocol. That's pretty standard medic ability. Removes disoriented, stunned, panicked, or unconscious. And then Minor Kinetic Plating adds 2 ablative. Missed shots will increase shielding by 2. So 2 kind of tanky abilities here. One that rewards aggression and one that just is a straight up defensive buff. So really just depends on how you want to play it. And Urs has already made his decision. 3, he says. Minor Kinetic Plating. Alright. So that'll give you an additional 2 ablative health and more if you get attacked. As Erst has said previously, I am the cover. Both? Well, maybe. Do we have enough skill points? Is the question. Not quite. Not quite. And we've already spent XCOM points to buy Erst some skills. I don't want to show too much favoritism. So once he gets himself a couple more points, then we'll look at buying another skill for him. And then we got Kolowski, brand new, went on his first mission and got a promotion in the process. Now, again, I don't think I've seen Kolowski in chat today. I know they have things going on Saturdays typically. So chat, it's probably going to be on you guys to decide what you want to do. Again, Kolowski is Assault Blade Master, which is basically the default setup for an assault trooper, but he also has heavy, which will allow him to take the gauntlet. Personally, I'm not terribly fond of the gauntlet on Kolowski just because we already have a lot of people that have got heavy weaponry. But at the same time, you know, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. So we have either Sprinter, just flat +2 mobility forever. Outstanding fucking pig. Or you have the coup de grace, bonus to hit, damage, and critical chance with a melee weapon against disoriented, stunned, or panicked enemies. Only works for melee weapons. And then of course we have Roast, which again is basically just flush, but with a flamethrower. So, you know the drill, chat. 1, 2, or 3. Which ability do you think we should take for Kolowski? I mean, I know what my choice is, but again, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to skew the answer. Tribal, we can check. Yeah, seems to be overwhelmingly in favor of 1. Once again, +2 mobility is just too good to not take. Alright, that takes care of our promotions, and Tribal Typhoon wants to have a look at wherever they are. Oh, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to answer that question until you come back from your covert operation. So until you get back from your date with Yes Now, we won't be able to answer that question. All right. So we've got some events coming up in the next couple of hours. We got that mission taken care of. We got a shitload of supplies out of the deal. Got some more alien alloys here. I mean, we were 1 day away. God damn it, XCOM. We were 1 day away from finishing up this. So I think we do that, and that'll probably be all that we need to finish up most of the stuff that's coming up in the near future here. There we go. Alien debris cleared. Let's view the room. Once again, we have enough to build a lab to improve research. We got research and development. We now have an area dedicated to the production and study of new components. The crew research and development facility. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. Seems the crew spend all their time here, even when not working. Scientists staffed here should help us make astounding breakthroughs. Engineers staffed here can control gremlins to run various facilities. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the lab and the workshop combined. The workshop costs 250 supplies. The lab costs 150. Both take 3 power. Research and development takes 5 power and only 330 supplies. But as you can clearly see, build time is 42 fucking days. But it fills 2 different roles. So I think now, like, we have the supplies barely. I feel like now is the time. Right? If we were ever gonna do it, now would be the time, right? Yeah, we can do the new excavation, and because of the way that we did it, we should just immediately get it done, right? Yeah, alien debris cleared. So that's it. We're pretty much done. We can put 1 engineer on clearing this debris, and then that will clear out all of the spaces. So my thinking is, because we need an engineer here, we need an engineer here, I can build the research and development here, which will give us some gremlins. Then I can put gremlins here, here, and then potentially in these 2 adjacent slots as well, depending on what we ultimately decide to build there. If not now, when? Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, this is the first time that we've had the supplies that we need to build this, and we desperately need to improve the research situation. Like, we're taking way too long to research stuff, and the lab will help with that. So I think we do it, chat. It's gonna be very expensive, and it's gonna take a long time. But I think we should do it. We're currently at 33 out of 40 power. If I remove this engineer, that's gonna bring us down to 35 power, which is just enough. I can't put another engineer on this, though. I just realized. Okay. So we'll keep this engineer where they are. Now, we still have 102 supplies. Is there anything else that we need to spend supplies on currently, is what I'm wondering. I mean, I guess I could pull the engineer from the power relay and stick them over here so that we can continue to try to clear out this debris, because that'll be more supplies in our pocket. I mean, I guess we could technically head to the black market, maybe spend some supplies on stuff. Let's have a look. Or no, that's right. We spend intel at the black market. All right, there we go. Mechanized arm transformation gears. So that's going to improve our mech troopers.
Assembly, Commander. Just give the word and we'll build the Skulljack.
Yeah, I mean, Skulljack is kind of the next thing that we need to do. I feel like, once again, we have the supplies, we have what we need to do it. We might as well just get it done. Just get it done. Shit, that is not what I meant to do. I clicked on the wrong fucking thing. Chat, do I get refunded my supplies if I cancel this project? I've never been in a situation where I have to cancel a project. But I don't want to cancel it if I'm not going to get the supplies back. EW says yeah. Alright, well if we don't, I'm gonna ban you, EW. Okay, we got the supplies back. Outstanding. Let's actually research the correct thing. There we go. And then this is, yeah, that's all just mech trooper stuff. Then, alright. The bond training is still going on. Infirmary is fine, even though we don't have many people that are currently injured. Proving ground is doing its thing. I think we're in good shape for now. So, let's hit Geoscape once again.
Strategic resource located.
Finally, we finished the thing. We had to go through like 3 fucking events with only a couple of hours left on this, but we finally got it done. 7 days, and we get resistance contacts. Wait, so does this increase our maximum number of resistance contacts? I've never seen that come up as an option. That's very strange. Very, very strange. Let's hit the black market real quick, see what they got.
Market is open.
Because what I was hoping is that they would have a mech, corpse, or maybe more than one that we could buy, but I don't think you can actually get that stuff from. And I don't want to spend what little intel we have, so poop. Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Market is open.
Yeah, because they really want this auto gun, and I don't see us using it. If they're gonna give us 56 for the auto gun, and we get that auto gun for free, like, yeah, you can have it, dude. Experimental magazine, grants an ammo slot. Honestly, I think I'm gonna sell this flechette rocket because we only ever used it once. It wasn't very good, and the whole, like, manually having to load rocket things is a giant pain in the ass. Let's see. It's adrenaline, flashbang, prototype field plates. Outrider frame. You have plus 20 to crit on flanking shots or melee attacks. Where are these fucking things? Because, like, when I go to modify guns, I don't see these things. It's very, very strange. Alright, so, I mean, maybe we go do some more resisting contacts? Or maybe, chat, you think it's worth it to try to make contact in another area? We haven't done that in a while. Do we still... Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, contact with new regions is made instantly. So as long as we can afford to make the contact with the new region, like, we can do it immediately. I mean, we gotta make contact with Straya, right? Like, it's a requirement. And we only need 30 intel instantly. Let's do it. Chat. Chat. Straya. Yeah, we could potentially get another chosen bastard, but, I mean, it's gonna happen regardless.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity.
Plus 55
We
supplies.
can't establish any new
Outstanding.
contacts until we upgrade our systems.
Commander.
Yep, and
the
there he
resistance
is.
forces we just contacted in this region
have provided us all the intel they have on the Chosen actively working in the area.
It was gonna happen eventually. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, India was no risk of warlock. But I had to take the risk. Wait. Why the oh, because he's probably right. Because he's here. Like, I'm very confused about how this is supposed to work. Unless... Is it counting Hawaii as part of Oceania? Because it's basically saying, like, Polynesia is Oceania. It's saying Australia is Oceania. Is it including Hawaii and that's why? Because, like, otherwise, the only other connection here is if we went to the western US, which we did not do. But I think that's just the game saying, actually, fuck you, because we want you to have to deal with all three Chosen. I think is what probably happened. We could then potentially make contact here again, but we need 60 intel. And we're also full up on contacts, so hey, guess what we're doing now? Actually, hold on. If I did this would go up to 69. Which is nice. Nah, let's not do that yet. Let's go get some resistance contacts. Let's get some resistance contacts.
Together, we have succeeded in our
Hey, there we
task.
go. And they got a promotion. Plus we got the 81 supplies. Outstanding. You love to fucking see it. Okay, well now we can hunt the Chosen Warlock, which is not what I planned on doing today, but let's do it anyway. And we need to send another soldier in order to negate the risk of them being wounded, but the chance is low. So I say we take the chance.
My followers will lead this action to victory.
And the armory, we got few soldiers. So, Tribal Typhoon, are you still out there or have you already left for the day? If you're still there, now's the time to tab back in because you got a promotion. And also you have 16 points, so technically you could buy an additional ability as well. Let's see, what do we got? Currently, we kind of been going down the combat engineer tree for like improvised grenades and stuff. We did take Bloodlet, where standard shots from the primary cause bleeding, but mostly we've been going down the combat engineer. So let's see, we've got Mayhem, gain 25% bonus damage against enemies who attempt to move when suppressed. We've kind of seen that before. Then we've got Center Mass. You do an additional 1 point of base damage when using guns, so just flat increase of 1 to all damage. Well, all weapon damage. And then Mine Layer provides 1 free proximity mine. So Typhoon, the choice is yours. You want your bonus damage against suppressed enemies, bonus damage period the end, or 1 free mine per mission. You think both XCOM's games messed up with the geoscape and interception? The geoscape feels so much more involved in the original games. Yeah, no, the geoscape was absolutely more involved in the original games. The new XCOM franchise completely removed that layer. In fact, it almost completely removed the strategic layer altogether. I mean, the original games had you building bases all over the world, You had to worry about coverage, you had to worry about interception, you had to worry about the actual layouts of all of those bases as you built them. So like, there's a whole lot of complexity that they cut out for this series. For better or worse, it's really just a matter of your personal preference. Bonus damage on the weapon. Alright. Center mass. +1 damage for all guns. Oh, and because you have 16 points, that means you could potentially buy one additional ability should you choose to do so. Again, the gunner is a lot of different abilities, but a lot of them are suppression based. You have the combat engineer tree where, again, you can improvise an experimental grenade. So you already have improvised grenade that basically lets you get a free regular grenade. Then you have improvised experimental grenade, which basically allows you to create a random special grenade, but it's not guaranteed which type of grenade you'll create. You just get one. So sometimes it's useless, sometimes it's super useful. Just depends on luck of the draw. You've got some gunslinger abilities, which technically we've been putting points into the gunslinger tree, but thankfully for you, like, a lot of the abilities we've been taking are not specific to the pistol. Under the gunner tree, of course, you already have suppression by default, but you could also take steady hands. If you didn't move, you gain +10 aim and critical chance. You can just do suppressing fire. You have the lockdown, which does additional chance to hit against suppressed enemies and then additional damage against suppressed enemies if you wanted to go that route. And again, you could just save the points. You don't have to spend them. But I know you were asking earlier, so consider this me answering the question. Or alternately, if you need some time to think about it, we can do that too. So you think about that, and in the meantime, go Mayhem. Okay. Which one was Mayhem? Mayhem. 25% bonus damage against enemies who attempt to move when suppressed. Interestingly, I wonder if this counts for enemies that are suppressed by other people. Like, if you have overlapping suppression, I wonder if that counts. But, you want Mayhem? We go Mayhem. Alright. And bond training is complete. You love to see it. So I think now we head back to the Geoscape and continue to try to get those resistance contacts. And looks like some avatar progress.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
Thanks, Dad. We've been doing a pretty good job of keeping it under control, buddy. No, he does crappy sniper. He got the suppression ability by default. The gunner class just gets suppression as their default class ability. He doesn't have any other abilities attached to it, but he does have suppression.
You have made considerable
And another month has
progress
passed.
against the aliens over the past
Optimus
month,
says we've
Commander.
done a good job.
I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
Alright, let's see what these donkeys are gonna do. Retribution, crack down on our funds, and crack down on our funds. Assassin is training up. They're also very, very close to getting to maximum knowledge. I don't know what we have to do to get to level 3 and put them out of commission. Hopefully we can counter one or both of these, but I honestly don't see it happening. I would love to counter barrier because I don't want these people getting additional defense. Let's go ahead and reveal this hidden event. XCOM soldiers will suffer greater losses to their will in combat. Okay, I don't like that, but it's not the end of the world. And now we can finally fill in this other skirmisher thing, which I think... Man, originally I wanted to go with the black market pays 30% additional supplies for goods, but... Would that be it, like, now that we got remove 1 block of avatar progress every month? That's really good. Then again, the black market payout to me almost seems like it's better, because in the instances where you need to sell stuff in order to get supplies, getting an additional 30% would be good. But again, just free avatar progress getting evaporated every month. Like, this means that even if we don't do operations to reduce the progress, it's still going to be going down. Or if it's going up, it's not going to be going up as much because we're going to be countering it. But I feel like it's just too good to not take that. Yeah, the Avatar Project's the fail state. I mean, we're not in danger yet. But we could get there. I mean, the game is gonna ramp up.
Order understood.
And there's another 217 supplies. And reduce contact cost. Alright. So maybe we finish up the contacts here and then immediately go over here to reduce contact cost. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, chat. Alright. In the meantime, we still got Illyrium. We're working on the Skulljack, which is going to be the next thing that we need to do. Now that we got a big influx of supplies, it might be time to look at building a couple of things, actually. So the first thing is we got the Psi Lab, or the experimental Psi. We don't have the power for it, but I just have to shift over an engineer to fix that. Or, alternately, we could go with the Shadow Chamber, which again is important to the story, but we need the Skulljack to go with it. I mean, I think we go with the Psi Lab, right? So that we can finally start to put together our own psychic soldiers. Start giving people magic brain powers and stuff. Like, that seems like the play to me. So we got 12 days and 18 days. I'm honestly not super worried about clearing this alien debris. So let's do that. And then we need to put an engineer into the power relay. And then that should give us enough power to then build the Psi Lab. It's gonna take 22 days and we're not gonna have an engineer to work on it. But let's do it. Let's do it. Let's unlock the power of the mind, chat. Are we working on anything in the proving ground other than the Skulljack? So if I remove this engineer, Skulljack almost doubles. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. If we do this, it reduces the time to 11 days. Alright. So we'll let this build on its own. I'll go ahead and put the engineer back in the proving ground just so that we can finish up the Skulljack, because we have to do it. And then I'll allocate the engineer here after they're done. Hopefully research and development will be done by then, and then we can build the shadow chamber so that we can progress the story. At least that's my thinking, anyway. Alright, let's continue to get these resistant contacts.
The elders grow fearful of our actions.
Oh,
Their
butt
ambush
cheeks.
is a sign of desperation.
Well, Chet, remember how the injury and ambush chance were low on this operation? Because I remember that. Clearly the game disagrees. Alright, let's do an ambush then. We're gonna do an ambush. Now there's actually multiple facilities in this region as well, which is kind of funny. So let's see. Operation Clone Machine. Again, the operation names on fucking point. And we're gonna be in an abandoned city, so obviously the Lost are gonna be there as well. Let's do it. Let's begin the rescue. I mean, it's not really a rescue, it's more of an escape, but let's begin the escape. Actually, no, crappy sniper. They do not have good gear. This is Outrider and Mox that are on this mission. So they're running all base game gear currently. I could upgrade their gear. It's just we don't use them,
You've got
so
no time to waste.
like
Break cover and move to the extraction point on the double.
I just don't bother most of the time. Like, we could very well lose both of these characters. It is absolutely a possibility that we might lose both of these characters.
I will go.
Now, thankfully, Outrider is a Reaper, and Reapers are really good as, like, scouts and staying
The time
stealthy
has
and
come.
concealed. So
have I.
like, if we were gonna get out with one of our characters, I think we can get out with Outrider. Mox, though? I don't know. I don't
My
know.
life is in your hands.
And Hamster of Wrath rolling into the chat on a Saturday or maybe Sunday, depending on where you live. But welcome with a big time raid. Welcome Raiders and Hamster of Wrath to our stream on a Saturday with some XCOM 2, some hot resistance operations. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Hopefully the weekend is treating you guys well. And let's see what you guys were playing today. I would assume you guys were continuing the BTA campaign, but yeah, looks like it. So tell me, Hamster, how things were going for you in the inner sphere. Were things better or worse than last time? I know you said you were doing all right. Finally got your first heavy mech last time around. So maybe better this time, maybe worse. Tell me how the inner sphere is dealing with you today. As for me, the RNG has been, well, as RNG tends to be, a little bit hit and miss. Speaking of the miss part, we just ended up in an ambush situation with our covert operatives because
A confident approach.
the game decided that low actually means guaranteed chance. Spent 2 hours fighting Comstar's worst merc company on a hill and got very average salvage.
We're picking up Advent response forces.
It's funny you
inbound on
should
your
mention
position.
that because I distinctly remember multiple times in my campaign with BTA last year, going up against Comstar and just having people falling over constantly. Not my people, but like the Comstar people would just sprint and then hit rough terrain and immediately fall over. And they were like doing more damage to themselves via falling down than I was doing to them by shooting them. And yeah, in spite of it being Comstar, the loot was almost always disappointing.
I'm on the move.
Yeah, they sent the janitor corps. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Let's see. If I get up here... I think we can get up here without being seen.
I will reposition.
Vehicle instant. Yeah, and I mean, if you're still in the early part of the campaign, I feel like in BTA at least, like, the vehicles tend to be more dangerous than the mechs in the early game.
More militant.
Meanwhile, I'm hoping that we can get both of our people out of here, but I am fully prepared for the possibility that Mox may not be making it out of this one alive.
Our enemy strikes.
Because, unfortunately,
Focus my strikes.
I have, because we're not really using the hero characters, I haven't spent any time or resources upgrading their armor or weapons. And, yeah, so we might be paying for that the hard way. Let's see, I think we can we grapple? And if so, where? Oh, mama, yes.
Tactical movement.
Mox, you... Chet, I don't know if you were watching what just happened right there, but, like, I very clearly put my cursor over a square and clicked on it, and the game was like, actually... Did you mean to click on this other square in the complete opposite direction? Because that's where we're sending you. Because XCOM kind of just does its own thing sometimes. Kind of just does its own thing sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna try as hard as I possibly can to get this man out of here. We don't have to kill anything. In fact, killing things is not gonna be to our benefit. I'm basically just trying to run.
It's not too far.
Wrong pixel, yeah. Like, apparently, wrong quadrant of the screen. But like I said, XCOM kind of just does whatever it wants from time to time, and you get taken along for the ride, sadly. You know, my mans continues to get these return fire shots, and he keeps missing them, and that's very disappointing for many, many reasons. Alright, Mox. I'm gonna need you to get behind some cover that actually works, if you don't mind.
I must run.
Yeah, you must run, but you must also, like, again, use some cover that actually works. That would be a great starting point. But I think our mans is about to bite the big one, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I am trusting
I
you.
might be able to take this shot and not be revealed. We will see. Do you got... Yeah, you got noodle arms. Return fire, giving the bullets back to your enemy at speed. I mean, that would be great if he was actually hitting anything with the return fire, but he keeps missing. Like, he's returned fire on that guy twice. If he had hit both times, that dude would be dead. And he wouldn't even have anybody chasing him right now. Unfortunately... because we haven't upgraded the weapons, Outrider is not going to be able to do a great job of taking these guys out.
I go where I'm needed.
So I think Mox is about to bite it. I cannot believe that he missed that shot. And he missed again. Like, he's getting return fire on every shot, and he's just missing every single return fire. It's actually kind of sad, but also hilarious.
I am taking fire.
Alright. Oh no! He can't make it to the drop zone! Wait. Wait. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
I run.
Yes, he can. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Outrider is still in concealment.
Moving
And
as
these
ordered.
two are bonded. Which means I can teamwork. Yeah, bond point. Give a free action to Mox, who I can then put
A-10 batal.
into the evac zone and get him out of here.
Leaving combat.
And because Outrider has not been revealed yet, they don't even know where she is. So all I have to do now is just run her to the evac and escape. Yeah, like they don't even know what to do. Man,
I go where you tell me.
I'm not gonna lie. This could have been a whole lot worse. I cannot believe we somehow managed to pull that off.
All members of Wraith 1 have been successfully
That is-
evac.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. That is not the way I saw that operation going down. I was pretty much sure that Mox was dead. I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah, by the power of forbidden love, they prevail.
Aliens sure know how to turn a planet into
That's
a
what it
Halloween
was.
theme
It
park.
was that forbidden relationship.
Zombie swarms. Just what
All right,
we-
hamster. Well, as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for bringing your people over. Hopefully you had a good stream, and I hope you have an outstanding rest of your weekend. Go get some sleep, get some food, whatever you gotta do. But have a good one, hamster, and hopefully we will catch you on the next one. And they both got promoted for this too. I mean, after an operation like that, I think they both deserve promotions. Low intel. Gee, thanks, XCOM. I didn't know that either. How would I have possibly known that I was running low on intel if you weren't here to tell me?
Our action together is complete, Commander.
And, yeah, our influence with the Templars went up as well.
Just received some new intel on the Chosen, Commander.
Slowly but steadily, our faith in your word grows.
Let's see. Additional covert actions. Hunt the Chosen Warlock Part 2. Hidden Reserves 2. I don't even know what Hidden Reserves 2 does. Gain an additional 3 power on the Avenger. Alright, well, we don't really need that, but it could have come in handy earlier in the campaign. Soldier promoted. Assign new covert action.
Influence with the Resistance factions has motivated them to share some new
Let's see.
information on the Chosen.
Let's see. I mean, we can counter Chosen activity. We know that they're going to try to crack down on our people again. They're going to try to crack down on our income again. We could just gain ability points. There's no chance of wound. There's no chance of ambush. It's just... Or, I mean, there's no chance of capture or ambush. It's just a wound. So we could potentially send somebody out to get some points. 19 ability points. We got facility leads. We could recruit an engineer. I mean... We do kind of need another engineer, but we're about to not need engineers anymore. Workshop construction reduction is not really going to be super useful. Gather supplies could be good. I mean, I think we gotta counter the chosen activity, though. I think we gotta. So we'll put in the Templar, and I guess we can send out, well, let's do the promotions first. Let's do the promotions first. And then I'll send out Outrider. Let's see. So, if we're doing the promotion, I mean, we kind of just been going down, the XCOM tree, but let's see. We got dedication, free action to gain 4 mobility and ignore reaction fire for the rest of the turn on a 3-turn cooldown. Holy shit. That's really good. Then we got Bloodlet, which we already know just causes enemies to bleed when we hit them with our weapon. We got Remote Start, detonate an environmental explosive, causing it to deal double damage within twice its normal radius. Does not reveal the Reaper. And then we got Ambush, take a reaction shot against any enemy that moves or attacks within a cone of fire, can only be used while concealed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, chat, the free action to just magically gain 4 mobility and ignore reaction fire like this would have been really good in that ambush. Just boom, plus 4 additional squares of movement. I think we go with it. And then let's have a look at our boy Max. Let's see. We already had the return fire, so we got reflex. When fired upon, gain 1 extra action on the next turn. Triggers once per turn, so you can only get 1 additional action. Then we got Night Sword. Employ the power of darkness to absorb the target's health with a melee attack. That sounds pretty... That's pretty kinky. Total combat. Throwing a grenade or using an item no longer ends turn. That's always good. And then Trench Warfare. If you get at least 1 kill during your turn, automatically hunker down at the end of it. I'm kind of partial to the gain an extra action whenever you get shot at. Again, in the previous mission, this would have been really good. For like every time I'm getting shot at, then he can just run extra far. That would have been really great. And if these guys are gonna be like primarily in ambushes and covert operations, like I'm kind of building them to survive ambush missions more than anything. Just clocked off work and I'm fixing myself some salad to eat despite it being past midnight. Where y'all up to? Well, Mate, first of all, it's good to see you. Glad to have you on a Saturday. Sorry that things are so late for you and you're just now getting off of work, but everything has been going okay. It hasn't been the best, but it's okay so far. I will say most of the issues today have been related to the stream and performance as opposed to the game itself. But I'm gonna go with reflex. I'm gonna go with free action points when you get shot at. Like I said, I think I'm gonna build these guys specifically for like ambush missions, because that's pretty much the only place that they're gonna get used. So with that being said, let us head over to the resistance ring. We got the covert actions. And then I don't remember, chat, was it gather supplies that I was gonna do, or was it something else? Because I thought it was counter the chosen activity. Low chance to capture. Moderate chance for wound. I think we roll the dice on this one. So we'll send Outrider. We'll send our Templar as well. We don't have the intel to negate the risk of capture, so it's possible that it could happen, but again, we're just gonna have to roll the dice.
Understood, Commander. My followers
And
will
while we're
appreciate
at
the
it,
support of
now
your
is
soldiers.
actually a great opportunity to... Why, I'm sorry? So, okay, the game says that I don't have anybody with negative traits, even though I literally have Mox right here with a negative trait. Fear of the Chosen. Like, it says there are no available soldiers with negative traits. Like, but that's a lie. That was a fucking lie. Because we literally just went and looked at a person who has a negative trait. Because since Max was gonna be here anyway, getting all healed up, I was like, okay, well fine. Let's just throw him in here. Oh, is it because it's a story thing? I got you. That's dumb. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can't do much about it. Alright, Chad, we're back in the geoscape. Let's continue these resistance well,
facilities.
okay, thank you. Dangerous enemy detected. Oh. 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 Well, Chad, this is where I guess we're gonna run into another enemy leader at another facility, but the opportunity to take out another Advent facility sounds like a plan to me. So let's do it. Via the facility, an extremely powerful and dangerous alien is guarding this location. Chad, I'm gonna try something here. It's something I don't think I've done yet. I'm gonna start a prediction. So, here's what we're gonna do. Because I don't give you guys enough opportunity to do anything with your channel points. So, here's what we're gonna do. Which leader is it gonna be? So, for those of you that don't know, there are 3 alien leaders in the game. We already killed one, the Berserker Queen. We already killed the Berserker Queen. So, that just leaves the Snake and the Archon. So, it's Gamba time. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes. 2 minutes to make your decision. To vote with your channel points. Start the prediction. There you go. Prediction started. If you don't see the prediction, refresh your stream. You can find it at either the top of the chat box or alternately, if you go down and click on your little channel points thing, you should see it in the list of options down there as well. So you got 2 minutes to predict which leader you think it's gonna be that shows up. And as soon as we get confirmation, I will pay out. I will pay out. Oh shit, chat, I didn't read. Must make contact with local resistance in this region before we can infiltrate and destroy this facility. Shit! Fuck! Dicks and balls. So, sadly, chat, I'm gonna have to refund. I'm gonna have to refund. I didn't realize that it was locking me out. Now, I apologize in advance, because I don't actually know how to do that, so let me see. If I end submissions, choose the outcome, I cannot do that. Yeah, there we go. Delete and return points. So there you go. Sorry, chat. I had to refund your points. I didn't realize that the region was locked. Because previously, when we had this situation, the game let us go to the facility even though we hadn't unlocked that particular area. So I was just assuming they were going to let us do it here. But here it says, mission locked. You must make contact with the local resistance in this region before we can infiltrate. But don't worry, we will gamba. We will gamba again, I promise.
I tend to keep things simple. Choose a target. Pick up
When
their
given the
trail.
opportunity, we will go in and we will take care of this alien ruler. So don't worry.
Mercy.
You will get your gamba, I promise. Out of curiosity. Oh, do we? I guess we have to make contact with India first? Yeah, we have to make contact with India before we can get to East Africa. So it might be a hot minute. It might be a hot minute.